Good morning, I'm Faye Thompson. This morning we're going to do a recipe of turnip greens and mustard greens together. You know, back when I grew up all in the Arkansas Delta, a lot of times people had turnip greens at Christmas time. We raised a lot of them and we just like, so this morning we're going to have a mixture of turnip greens and mustard greens. And I would have mixed some kale with them, we did that a lot, but there wasn't any kale at the market, so if that's available to you, it's good to mix a little kale with it. I wouldn't mix quite as much kale, I'd say half of what you have in a turnip. Now, these turnip greens are large, in fact they're larger than when we raised our own, but they have this hard core down the middle, and what you want to do is take that off, and I just pinch these leaves off like this, and get all of that off of there. And I have already washed these and done this. I wanted to show you what I was talking about. And see, this one has a big one too, so you throw these away. I'm going to wash these a little bit. Now I have already taken those stems out and washed these real good, so let me wash these so I can put them with them. You need to wash your turnip greens really good too. A lot of times you wash them over 3 or 4 waters to make sure you get everything off of them. Now this is going to look like a lot of greens, but actually they cook down so much till it's not that much. And I'm going to cook these, I think your recipe calls to cook them on top of the stove, but I'm going to cook these in a little pressure cooker because it'll be quick and easy that way. I do them both ways. It doesn't make any difference. And there's a lot of different ways to season these. I'm going to put this about half full of water or less because your turnip greens will have water too. I'm going to put it on the stove and let it wilt down a little bit, and then I'll put the meat and stuff in it and turn the cooker on. What I'm going to do is wilt that a little bit and shift it over to the cooker. I'll leave that on and let it wilt down a little bit so I can get the meat and everything in it. I'm going to go ahead and put the seasoning in it though. We're going to use some black pepper, half a teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to have 2 teaspoons of salt, and this is kind of to taste. And we're going to have a little bit of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar. I always like to put a little bit of sugar on turnip green, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Now this is about a half a teaspoon. But if you want it a little hotter, you can, or if you don't want to put that in there at all, it's fine. So what I'm going to do is leave this till it wilts a little bit and take it over the cooker and turn it on and leave it for about an hour and be through with it. Yeah. Now, we have let these wilt a little bit. The reason I was doing that because this has a line where you don't feel it any taller, and I couldn't tell exactly what that was about, so we're going to put in some salt pork. And we're going to put in some hog joe, and there's about a pound of this all together. And you can use any amount you wanted to. This doesn't have to, there's no set ruling on any of this. And you don't even have to use both of them if you don't want to. Now we're going to take this over to the pressure cooker and cook it. And the reason that I wanted to wilt those turnip greens because it has a line here telling you don't finish it don't go any further than that, and so I wanted to be sure I didn't get past that line because that's a full pot. And you can eat this meat now. In fact, I like it. And you can use your own spices, whatever you want to use, but this is ready to go in the cooker. Okay, we're going in the cooker, and we're going to put the lid on it, and we're going to cook this for 1 hour. Now we have finished pressuring our greens. We put them in this little pot. You know, I picked this little pot up at a junk store and I thought it was so cute. I've enjoyed using it. And we always serve these turnip greens with cornbread. The broth of the greens is called potluck. And you can take the broth off of the greens and make a corn dumpling, and that's really good too. Now our greens have finished cooking, and I hope you tried this recipe, and I hope you enjoyed as much as we do. So I hope you do try it, and thank you for watching. See you on another video.